Hey guys, all right, so we've got a new Explorer problem for today. So taking a look at it, it says Gary ordered 42 bags of balloons for a party. When they came, he found there was 25 balloons in each of the bags. Now for the party, Gary has 15 tables and he wanted to have an even number of balloons at each table. So he's trying to figure out how many balloons can he put on each table. All right, well, let's take a look at it. So going through and solving this, all right, so we have, let's see, he had 42 bags. He had 25 balloons in each. Doing the standard algorithm when we go to 5 times 2 is 10, carry the 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. Okay, adding my placeholder because I'm in the 10 spot. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So we add those up and we find that he has 1,050 balloons. Now he's trying to separate those into groups so that he has 15 tables worth. So he's dividing it by 15. Now, that sounds easy to start off with. So I can make my big 7 to get it ready and going. So there's my big 7. I'm dividing it by 15. Now, yesterday I was able to do this right away because I knew my facts pretty quickly. Unfortunately, once I start hitting these 2-digit numbers, I don't necessarily know all of my facts. Even somebody like me, I've practiced my facts. I do it in all kinds of problems. That doesn't mean I always know every single 2-digit number fact. So one thing that would be helpful is the same thing I told you yesterday if you don't know your facts to do, and that's to write some of them on the side. So I've always called this the ladder. So over here on the side, I'm going to do my multiplication. So that's one group of 15. Okay, if I add on another group of 15, I've got 30. That's 2 groups of 15. Another group of 15 is 45. That's 3 groups. Another group of 15 added on is 60. That's 4 groups. Another group of 15 makes 75. That's 5 groups. And normally that's about where I stop. I don't need to keep going forever. The purpose of this is now looking at this. If you notice, I kept saying it's groups of. So this is 3 groups right here. 3 groups of 15 is 45. Remember, groups of means times. 3 times 15 is 45. 4 times 15 is 60. 5 times 15 is 75. When I have these written off to the side like this, it just makes my life so much easier to be able to figure out my answer because I don't have to keep thinking about it every single time. I can just refer back to that. So now I'm going to do 15 and I'm trying to divide it into 1,050. Now, I know 15 won't go into 1. There's nothing I can multiply by 15 to get to 1 or to 10. So I'm trying to figure out this number, 105. What's the closest I can get to 105? And with what I did here, the closest I can get is times by 5. So if I do 15 times 5, that's 75. If I do times 50, then it would be 750. So notice we've already taken care of 750 balloons. I took care of 750 balloons. It made 50 balloons on each of the tables so far. But I'm still sitting here with 300 balloons left that I still need to separate onto the 15 tables. So now I'm looking to see what's the closest I can get to this. I can't get close to 3 because the smallest number I have is 15. I can get really close to 30. I can hit it. So that means if I multiply by 2, I would get to 30. But again, I don't really want to get to 30. I want to get to 300. So I'm multiplying it by 20. So when I subtract now, I have nothing left over, which means I'm done. So over here on the side, when we take a look, when I add these up, that tells me right there that if I had 1,050 balloons and I was dividing them up between 15 tables evenly, I could put 70 balloons on each table. That's what all of these numbers are representing as we're going through, okay? So I can get 70 balloons on each of the tables. That's really important when we're taking a look at it. Hold on for a second. There we go. All right, so let's try one more, okay? So when we're taking a look at this, I'm going to close that out. All right, let's try one that's a little bit harder because I know 15s aren't the biggest number in the world, and sometimes you're going to have to divide by more than that. So let's take this number. So we have 7,488, and we're going to break this number up into groups of 36. All right, now, if I didn't know my 15s, then I probably really don't know my 36s. So over here, I'm just going to build a quick ladder so that I know some of the facts. So 36 times 1 is 36. If I add on another 36, that's two groups of 36. That's 72. So 36 times 2 is 72. Another 36 when I'm going through is 8 and 108. There we go. That's three groups. And maybe just one more real quick one. 144. So I know 4 times 36 is now 144. Now, how far you go is always up to you. My recommendation is to do at least 3 or 4, no more than 5. I wouldn't go past that. Otherwise, you're doing way too much prep work, okay? Just do a couple of them so you have a few that you can refer back to quickly. So now I know what times 1 is, times 2 is, times 3 is, times 4 is. I also know times 10 would be 360, times 20 will be 720, times 30 would be 1,080. So I can do all those. It gives me a lot of extra options. So what we're looking at is I'm trying to get to 7. Well, clearly, I can't do 36 times anything and get to 7. The smallest number I can get to is 36. So what about 74? All right, well, take a look right here. 72 is pretty close to it, and it's smaller than it. So if I multiply 36 by 2, I will get 72, okay? But look, I really want 7,200. I want these 2 extra spots. So if I multiply by 200, if I make 200 groups, it already gets me to 7,200. When I do my subtraction here, 8, 8, and 2, I have 288 left that I still need to figure out what to do with. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out 288. I'm dividing it by 36. So I'm seeing how many groups of 36 are in 288. Well, there aren't any groups of 36 in 2. There aren't any groups of 36 in 28. So now I'm looking at this whole number. Now I really just need to make it as large as I can, but I can't multiply by 10 because that would be 360. So the largest number, the largest multiplication I know is times 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do times 4. That is 144. When I subtract 4, 4, 1, I still have 144 left. That worked out great because I already know times 4 is 144. So I'm looking at it, I subtract that, and I have nothing left. So altogether, let's see how many groups we made. We made 8, 0 tens, 2 hundreds. So we made 208 groups. So when we were looking at this and I had 7,488 and I divided it by 36 to find out how many groups it would make, it made 208 groups. So I know now 208 times 36 is 7,488. Okay, so that's just one more example of how to do this. For me, the biggest things today for you to be working on when you practice things is, 1, we should know our setup of how to do this, the big 7 part for our partial quotients. And today, since you are doing all double-digit numbers, you're dividing everything by a double-digit number, write down some of the facts right here, okay? It's a quick, easy way to do this and makes your division go much faster. It is so much harder if every single time you do this, you have to go through and rethink about it. And it's really, really hard if you're only taking away 36 at a time and you're subtracting 36 208 times, okay? So we want to take advantage of some of the things we know about multiplication to make this easier for us, all right? So try it out today. If you're struggling, please make sure you're stopping by at office hours. We're going to be doing these types of problems both today and tomorrow. So that'll give us 2 days to be able to work on how to divide with a 2-digit number, all right? So good luck out there, and I hope everything goes well for you.